right, y'all. Happy Saturday. How about it? How's everybody doing? Happy Independence Day for those in the US. I'm not sure. I got nothing. Anyway, let's see who's here. Phoenix Flame made it in first on Twitch. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Uh James is here. Hi, James. Judy says, how do you know I needed help getting some work done? Because we always need help getting work done. All of us. All of us. Welcome in. Anita is here, also over on Twitch. Daniela has joined us on Twitch as well. Daniela says, hey, I completely forgot you would be on, so this is a nice surprise. Surprise. James says, fuck. Be right back. Have to find my meds. Well, y'all don't know. James sent me a picture the other day, and he has apparently put my picture up in his cubicle at work. And under it says, did you do the thing? Which I find hilarious. So, and as you can see, I have my other glasses on right now because I accidentally left my regular glasses downstairs in my husband's office, and I have not as yet gone down there to pick them up to go get them. So we are doing Saturday sprints today to make up for the fact that I did not do sprints on Thursday because I had to take my mom to go get a cortisone shot in her hip, which seems to have helped her hip like I told her it would. So that turned out well. All right. I don't have any water. So Phoenix redeemed a hydrate. I have no water at my desk currently. I have a few sips left of coffee. And then when we start the first sprint, I'll go down and get some tea and I'll get some water. And then I will do my hydrate. But if y'all got water, fucking hydrate right now. I will go get water, Judy. Jesus. Jesus, y'all. Hey, Anita is currently on a 60 stream streak. Y'all ain't never going to catch up to Anita. You're never going to catch up to Anita. So, thank you. Judy is on a 10 stream streak. So that is double digits. Thank you, Judy, my friend. I didn't even know we could do like a watch streak thing. That's super cool. Let's see. What else? Alicia's joined us. Hello, Alicia. Happy Independence Day to you as well. Phoenix has 3 different bottles of water. See, I don't like water, which is why I typically drink decaffeinated tea, so that I can still get the hydration, but I don't have to drink water. But I will get water for you. my friend. All right. So Daniela says, I put my body through a lot on my Poland trip, but it was great. Slept 14 hours last night. So just doing the basics today. That's right. You got to give your body a break, right? Main goal for sprints is dinner and shower. Excellent goals. What's for dinner? You know I'm going to ask. What's for dinner, Daniela? James says, water is gross to me. There's too much blood in my coffee stream. I mean, I sometimes like water. Like, if I'm really hot or I'm really dehydrated, I do like water then, but generally speaking, I'm very bad at drinking actual water. And just because I don't care for it very much. So, but, really any liquid is hydrating. So, caffeinated liquids are going to be a little less hydrating. But, yeah, I don't have an issue with hydration generally. I do have an issue with hydration when I travel. So, but if I'm just sitting at home, I have no problems. I am drinking tea all day. Alicia says, we have bookcases 2 and 3 in the library and the first fairy door installed. That's so exciting. So, a couple of my friends have, in their house that they bought a couple years ago, they've got these like wood columns, right? that kind of separate the living room space from the kitchen space, and there's like a little bench that's, you know, between them and everything. But on the sides of the columns, there were little insets, so she put little fairy doors in front of them. So when you open the fairy door, there's actually an inset, and she puts like little things in there. Like you can, and she does this actually around her whole house, where she'll put like little trinkets places, like little mushrooms or little so I stayed over their house one night, in the room I was staying in, on the top of the inside of the door frame was a tiny little glow-in-the-dark ghost. And if you find something that like that in her house, you get to just like take it with you. It's treasure. So yeah, so I love little fairy doors. Let's see. Oh, dinner. Oh, did I miss dinner? Oh, there it is. I did miss dinner. Okay, I missed a whole bunch of shit, y'all. Okay, Hattie has joined us over on YouTube. Thank you, Daniela, for giving me the heads up that I missed a whole bunch of shit. So, welcome in, Hattie. Glad you could join us. So, Daniela says she's having a Beyond Meat patty and fries. All right, that sounds excellent. I like it. I like it. It sounds good. We're actually having burgers tonight for dinner. My husband bought a 4-pack of burgers, pre-pattied, for $22. I mean, they're big burgers. They're probably about that big around. But like $22. It was $10 a pound. And I said, why didn't you just get regular ground beef? Because I make excellent burgers. And he's like, this was cheaper than that. I was just like, Jesus Christ. I hate this timeline so much. All right. Let's see. Alicia says the library and the bookshelves are coming along nicely. From the pictures you posted, I would agree. I really like your color palette. I mean, I like looking at it. I wouldn't have, like, those are not my colors like I would have in my house, which is fine. But I think you chose lovely colors. James says, oh, I have a friend teaching me Polish swears, and they are great. Yeah, my first stepdad was Polish. Hattie says, water and store brand Coke right now. All right, that's good. Alicia says, now if I can only find a missing piece for my tripod, I can film stuff. That's one of the hardest things when you have to do interior renovations, is your shit gets moved and packed, and you just can't keep track of any of it. Daniela says, yeah, I was called a swear word by a random Polish guy, and we do have the same word in Czech. Please tell me you just let out a litany of Czech swear words at him. That would have been great. Alicia says, I have a plan to use the fairy diamond art pieces to sit in or behind the door. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. James says, I'm learning them, Polish swear words, so I can swear at the servers at work without getting in trouble. So not swearing at people, swearing at servers. I mean, I feel like you could find lots, like, I think you should, like, expand your swear words into, like, multiple languages. So, oh, Molly has joined us. Hello, Molly. Molly says, hi, Vanessa and Hattie and Alicia, and probably all the people on Twitch as well. You rocking that library, Alicia, right? Isn't she? She's kicking ass, man. Alicia says, fair enough. I'm in love with my color palette. Like I said, I think your color palette is lovely. It's not something I personally would choose, but I think you're doing great. I think it looks so good together. So, like, just because I wouldn't choose it for myself doesn't mean I can't appreciate its beauty, right? Yeah, so very, very nice. Molly says, I have ice water, Dr. Pepper, strawberries and cream. Okay, they're going a little crazy with these extra flavors. And berry Gatorade. You have a whole plethora of choices. I love it. I love it. James is indeed working on his foreign swearers. So, excellent. Excellent. Alicia's like, I have no drink. I need to get one. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So I have to tell you what my current drama is. All right. So, background. In our house, the master bedroom is very large. It's like the highest point in the house. Its roof is its ceiling is the highest point in the house. It also gets the most sun in the summer. And so that room, the temperature is always like 10 degrees higher than the rest of the house. Or, well, the upstairs. The downstairs is always freezing. The upstairs is always hot. And that room is always extra hot. And so we have like a big stand-up air conditioner that we set up and plug in, when it starts getting hot. It's an air conditioner and dehumidifier. So when my husband set it up, because I don't do that, I don't know how that part works, because I don't care. He set it up fine. When he set it up, he apparently only set it up for AC and did not set it up to use the dehumidifier, which means we have a little hose that goes out the window, right, to get rid of the excess water that it pulls out of the air when it's dehumidifier. But he didn't tell me that. So I was using it as a dehumidifier and an AC because, well, we were having trouble. The AC, the on machine things, I could not select the different versions. It was just stuck on dehumidifier. And then the remote didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work, but so I had to order a new remote. So I could only use the dehumidifier, which was fine. What I didn't know is he didn't put the hose outside. I left it on while we were in Pennsylvania. So when we got home and I went into the bedroom, I was like, it smells really musty in here. Why does it smell so musty in here? And I couldn't figure it out. And a couple days later, my husband was over there in the corner by where that is, and the entire carpet is soaked. So now he's been like sucking up the water, and we have both the AC dehumidifier in there, and we have a separate dehumidifier because we're in Georgia. It's very humid here. And so we brought that up from downstairs, and now I have two dehumidifiers running in my bedroom, and it still smells musty. I think I'm gonna have to pull out my carpet cleaner and actually clean the carpets. So I'm very annoyed. All right, let's see. James says, I know several swears in Spanish and a few in Russian, a couple of in Hungarian, and now a few in Polish. I like that you're rocking the Slavic swears, is what I'm saying. In my family, we learned the swears very, very early in the car. So the only way we can level up is to expand languages. Fair enough. Molly says, I've created great pain in my lower back. Oh no. And so I icy hotted it, took naproxen, which is a prescription, and opened the windows so my heating pad could come in. My heating pad could come in. You mean like heat from the sun? And yes, sorry, twitchy people. Hello to y'all as well. See, I knew you meant to say hello to them. Let's see. Molly says, and happy Spite the Orange Menace Day. I will be having grilled hot dogs and pasta salad, if I make it, and beverages galore. I love that. I love it. Yeah, I'm making burgers tonight. So I don't think we have any buns, so I'm not sure what we're doing for the bread part. Ew, soggy carpet. Yeah, and it's becoming smelly carpet. Because apparently my husband thought he could just suck up some of the water every day. And I'm like, dude, no. So this morning I was just like, go in, suck up all the water you can suck up, and it's just like, because that room smells now. Ugh. Yeah, we probably do have mold or mildew under the carpet. And that carpet's only been in the house for like 5 years. So I'm very annoyed. So we're probably going to have to pull it up. We may have to I don't think we'll need to have the carpet replaced, but we may need to have the padding replaced. Because that's the stuff, the carpet you can dry out because, it's open to the air. But the padding underneath is where the problems come in generally. So anyway, so that's what's been going on with me, y'all. I start my English as a second language course tomorrow. No, that's not right. Day after tomorrow, Monday. I still don't really know what to expect. So what I'm going to do, I do have to download Teams and install that and all that kind of stuff and log in, da-da-da-da-da. So I think I'm probably going to try to set that up now. I'm going to do it sometime today. But I'm probably going to try to set that up now just so I have a general idea of what, because I've never used Teams before. That's not a thing I've ever used, so I'll have to have a look. So Hattie says, make your own bread/buns. I feel like you have a higher opinion of me. I've literally never made bread. Well, I mean, I've made like banana bread kind of stuff before. I've never made bread or buns. I do have some Hawaiian rolls in the freezer. And we do have so on my most recent Misfit Market order, I got I guess it's para-baked sourdough loaf. Maybe I'll break that out and we'll have sourdough burger sandwiches or something. I don't know. Sophia's joined us on Twitch. Hi, Sophia. Welcome in. Happy Saturday, my friend. Daniela says, good luck with the course. Thank you. I literally have no idea what to expect. Judy says, good luck. You'll be great. Thank you. Y'all's faith in me. It just makes me feel so good. Teams is a resource hogging asshat, but it isn't difficult. If you need a hand, let me know. Thank you, James. Thank you, James. I'm usually pretty good at picking up software. If it's, if there's some aspect of it that makes sense, like, because I grew up, like, my generation, we're the ones who went from analog to digital, right? We're the ones who lived an entirely analog life and then a digital life. And because I was around in those early days, you would get software and not have very good documentation or, so I'm actually really good at new software and figuring it out. So I'm not, and honest to God, if corporate executives can figure it out, honey, I can figure it out. I'm way smarter than most of them. Let's see. Ariel's here on Twitch. Hi, Ariel. Welcome in, friend. How you feeling today? Sophia says to James, men versus Fawn. What the fuck? Oh, va. Okay, I thought it said versus. Okay, I read too fast. Men va Fawn? I don't know how to pronounce it. That means what the fuck in Swedish. I love it. Hattie says, I have a super simple and versatile bread recipe. I would be very happy to hear that. And in Finnish, I don't know, is it perkele or I don't know how to pronounce, like, Scandinavian sounds. Like, I don't know how it sounds. Roughly means the F word as an exclamation point. Very nice. I love learning new swears. I'm gonna have to ask my Italian teacher to teach me some swears. All right, what's everybody working on today? So, like I said, I think today, I think I'm gonna start with setting up. Well, first I'm gonna go down and get some water. And some tea, and then I'm going to work on that Teams. I'll probably set up the download before I go downstairs. I should probably eat something too. I did have, Molly, I think it was you, we were talking about the donut peach yesterday. I did have a donut peach today. It was really good. It was very yummy. So, Ariel's doing good. Going to use this opportunity to work on my cosplay. Excellent. I need to fix a wig and make some changes to my dress. Excellent. Good, good, good. James is very excited to learn the new swears, Sophia. Very excited. Anita is working on an interview for the first sprint, then editing. Excellent. Sophia says, I am at the point in my current book where it's getting hard to put down, so I'll be reading. What are you reading, Sophia? I'm very interested to know. Not that I don't have a backlog of a dozen books already. Judy says, starting off with a brainstorm on what all I even need to work on. Yes, that's me. That's also me. I literally have yesterday's list. I got a decent amount done yesterday, but whew. Also, if you didn't notice in the Facebook group, today was the first day of our service Saturdays. Like, so if people, if you have a business that caters to authors in some way or is useful to authors in some way, you are welcome to post your link or information about yourself or whatever in that thread. We will be doing that monthly. So there'll be another one in August and obviously in September, etc., etc. So, James says, I'm working on randomness at the moment to help get me into the swing and, process. Yes, understood. Sophia says, I'm reading the third book in the Mirror Visitor series by Christelle Dabos. Oh, I've never heard of that. I'm going to have to go look that up. Molly says, a dozen books equals a backlog. Honey, I'm just talking about my Libby holds. I'm not talking about all the shit I already own. That is just my Libby holds. Let's just be clear. Let's just be clear. When I say that my backlog is a dozen books, I mean the ones that are currently in front of my brain or that I'm already partway through. That is not what I have not read yet. That is the backlog of the current reading. Sophia says about the third book in the Mirror Visitor series, which is a rather clever fantasy series with awesome world building. Well, let me just add that. Let me pull that up. Hello. Open a new, thank you. Mirror Visitor. Okay, so I have that up on my search tab, so I will of course, go check that out. Hattie says, I'll be typing up and sending you the recipe, then Calivers. Thank you, Hattie. You're awesome. I'll have to see if we have everything we need for it. And I guess just making buns would just be like little balls rather than, right? Doesn't that make sense? Like making hamburger buns or whatever. My husband will be so impressed if I can pull this shit off. So thank you, Hattie. Sophia says the main character gave off not like the other girls vibe in the first book, but we move far past that now. Thank God, right? Yeah, I feel you. All right. So like I said, I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna get some tea. I'm gonna finish these last couple sips of coffee. I'm gonna go get some tea, get some water. I might get something to eat. I'm not sure because literally all I've had was that donut peach. It was excellent. We have so much fruit, y'all. So yeah, I should probably cut up a mango at some point soon because those mangoes were real close to being too far gone when we got them yesterday. So we're gonna have to eat those fast. But luckily I love mango, so it'll be fine. And Judy said to Sophia, oof, yeah, that is the fastest way for me to drop a novel. The fastest way for me to drop a novel is fridging. That is the fastest way. And same with TV shows. Like if the whole plot starts out because a man needs a woman or a girl to get hurt or die to start his thing, I can't get past it. Like since I learned what that was, I can't not see it. I just can't. That's so hard. Sophia says to Judy, right, but I'm glad I persisted. The world building is just too good. All right, that's really good to know. Alicia says, I found the red, white, and blue foam sticks for the kids while looking for my tripod piece. Well, hopefully you'll find your tripod piece at some point, but yay that they get to like play with their sticks. Alicia says cooking will start soon. Excellent. Are you guys doing burgers? What do you guys are doing? Barbecue? What are you guys doing? Oh, that is another Insta drop. Yeah, the fridging. Yeah, that's real hard. And it's so common. So common. As a matter of fact, I really wanted to watch, so I'm a fan of Supernatural, but I'm especially a fan of the actors in Supernatural. And, Jared Padalecki has that Walker show, right? And I really wanted to watch that because like I said, I really like them as humans. And it's a fridging. It's fridging. Like his wife dies and that starts his whole story arc. And I just couldn't, I think I watched 2 episodes and I'm like, I can't get past this. I just can't do it. So let's see. Molly says, well, that's a horse of a different color. James says, that's the dumb. At first I thought you were about to say a man needs a woman full stop. And I was going to say, but that is my whole life. Alicia's having burgers, hot dogs, brats, potato salad, chips, and apple pie. That's very American of you. Well, except for the brats. The brats are not American, but the rest is. So excellent. Good. Sounds yummy. I don't know what we have for dinner. We have ice cream. I ate all my cake. Hubby brought home cake yesterday. And I had such a long day because I had to go yesterday evening. I had to go pick up some friends from the airport, and I literally was sitting in the cell lot for like an hour and a half. Partly because I got there a little too early, but also partly because it just took a really long time. It was very crowded at the Atlanta airport yesterday, as you might imagine. People flying in for the holiday and all that. So like, I didn't get home until well after 9. So I was like, I'm eating my whole piece of carrot cake. And I did. I ate that whole fucking thing last night. All right. So let's get into it. Like I said, I'm going to step away. I'm going to turn off my camera for the first few minutes. I may or may not bring food back. If I bring food back, the camera will stay off longer. But I'm going to download that Teams thing. But let's get into it, y'all. If you also haven't checked in, let us know what you're working on. If you want, please feel free to do that. Alicia says, we do have ice cream and the fruit outshine bars and sherbet. Excellent. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, my husband's been making, I got a big old thing of peaches, like 2 pounds of peaches. I'm going to get him to cut it up and put it in some ice cream, and then we'll have peach ice cream. All right. Anyway, here we go. 20 minutes. Let's get into it, y'all. Okay, let me pause the thing. So we have been rated on Twitch. Hey, welcome in everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for the raid. Mercy, Merciless Mercy, which is absolutely like an amazing name. Some of the names on Twitch just kill me. I love them. So welcome in. Glad you could join us. I'm eating my lunch right now, which is why I was off camera. Thank you so much for the raid. Mercy says, the hive mind has raided. May the cult message spread like wildfire, burning down the patriarchy. Honey, I am on board right now. That's all you had to say. May the merciful blessings of the hive mind have mercy on your soul. P.S. We brought cookies. I also have cookies. Yay, cookies. Glitterali, or Ali? Glitterali? The hive mind has raided, and it's the same thing. Excellent. Huzzah. Welcome in, raiders. You can call me Mercy. I like Mercy. So, welcome in, raiders. How was your stream, Mercy? It's so nice to meet you. For everybody who's new here, my name is Vanessa. I write primarily urban fantasy with horrific elements. I'm also a professional editor. Have been in the publishing business since 2008. I also run the Writers Troupe, which you might have noticed the name. The Writers Troupe is a writerly education and support group on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Discord. That's the other one. So you can do exclamation TWT to get the Facebook link, and exclamation Discord to get the Discord link. So welcome in. I'm not actually working on writing today. This is a makeup stream because I wasn't able to do my Thursday, and I'm not going to be doing a ton of streaming in July because I am doing a full-time certification course for teaching English as a second language. So I'm not going to be doing that. My usual sprint times are Wednesday and Thursday, noon till about 3 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah. But feel free to let us know what y'all are working on. And Mercy, if you need to raid and run, like, I understand, take care of yourself, get your drinks, get your foods, go do some self-care, but you're also welcome to hang out. Let's see. Mercy says that their stream was good. I'm a new publisher. Oh, hello, new publisher. Very nice to meet you. I'm also an editor. Yes. Welcome. And have a BA in graphic design and media. You do all the things. I'm working on my master's in marketing. Hi, new friend. I saw that you were in the same area. Wanted to hop in and meet you. Well, it's very nice to meet you. Very, very nice to meet you. When you say same area, do you mean like the editorial thing, or do you mean like physically? Because I don't remember if I have where I live on there. I'm in the Atlanta area, in the U.S., obviously. So yeah. So if you've come in on the raid, welcome in. We're just at the very beginning. We're in the first sprint of the stream. We'll go for about, I talked a lot at the beginning. So we'll go for probably about another 2.5 hours or so. Oh, just the book department. Okay, that's cool too. I'm all down for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put, we have a whole bunch of people over on YouTube. I multi-stream, so there are some folks over on YouTube also saying hello, but yeah, you can't see that, maybe. I'm not a stalker, I swear. Yeah, I'm also not a stalker, except when I am. I tell, like, I have a favorite author who passed away this past year, but when I very first met her, I warned her the first night of the convention we were at that she was going to see me in every single thing that she was on that weekend, because I'm going to be stalking her, but I said, but I'm harmless, I promise. So, you know, I'm all about the stalking. What's a little stalking among friends? I mean, not to make fun of actual stalking, because that's fucking terrifying and awful and should never happen, but I don't mind a little friendly stalking. So, all right, we're going to get back into it. I forgot to pause, y'all. I hit the pause and it didn't actually pause. Hello, pause. All right, so I'm gonna stop it, and I'm gonna put another five. I'm just gonna put like about 6 minutes on because I think that's where we were. We were around 6 or 7 minutes. We'll put 7 minutes on to restart the stream. I mean, restart the sprint. Um, Mercy says we have to in the writing community. All I'm saying, like, we don't make the rules, right? That's just stalking is just a thing that happens. All right, but we're gonna get back to work. So if you're new here, feel free to let us know in the chat what you're working on. Again, thank you, Mercy, so much for the raid. We signed in blood and are now bound. That is true. That is absolutely true. So I'm gonna put in the chat the links if you're interested in checking out what we do. This is the Facebook. I'm putting it in both, and the Discord. Putting it in both YouTube and Twitch. So, and now we're going to get back to work, y'all. So, like I said, feel free to let us know what you're working on today. If you want to, you don't have to. I'm not your mom. You ain't got to listen to me. But we do like, we are some nosy bitches around here. Mercy says, I'm editing an already published book for a client. What are you working on? I'm actually working on setting up the infrastructure. Like I said, I'm starting an intensive certification course for English as a second language starting on Monday. So I'm setting up like the Microsoft Teams and all that kind of mess for that. And then, well, actually I'm eating my lunch, but doing that in between. And then I'm going to shift over. I'm probably going to do some convention organizing because I'm part of a bunch of different conventions and a lot of our deadlines are like all at the same time. So I've got to do some Dragon Con stuff and then I've got to do some multiverse stuff today. All right. So are we ready? Let's get back into it. We got 7 minutes left. Ooh, I love that for you. I have to start working on planning my own convention. Ooh, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work and you got to have a good team. Feel free to I've been doing conventions in all aspects for decades at this point. So if you got any questions, you're welcome to pick my brain. Alicia says, over on the tubes, Alicia says, family is watching the hot dog eating contest. And I feel bleh. All right. Yes, Mercy, feel free. Just send me a whisper or whatever. I'll open up Twitch and, we can connect elsewhere. That's easier to
Mercy
chat on.
just followed. Yay.
So, thank you for the follow. You're awesome. All right, let's get back into it, y'all. 7 minutes left on this sprint, and then we will break. I'm going to finish eating my lunch, though, so y'all are on your own. I'm going off camera. Start. All right, that is the end of that first sprint. How did everyone do? I got Teams installed. I read the first message from our one of our instructors, and I'm working on my hi, my name's Vanessa, and I blah 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 blah. So that's what I'm working on now. So how did everybody do? And all the new folks who came in, how did y'all do? Oh, we leveled up. Looky there. Level 185. So, all right. And also Judy and I are arguing in Messenger about which one of us is more awesome, and I think it's her. So, and I've got the camera and the microphone, so. All right. Sophia read about 20 pages. Excellent. Love it. Love it. Daniela ate dinner. Excuse me, I burped in your honor, apparently. Danielle ate dinner and went through emails. Very productive. Anita got the interview finished and sent. Excellent. Right back at you, Judy. Right back at you. I also ate most of my lunch, but I still have one cookie left. So I'm going to finish eating that. Let's see. Alicia says 66 was the winning number of hot dogs eaten. I would never eat a hot dog again. And you know, like that's crazy. That's just crazy. Let's see. James says, "Hi, my name is Vanessa and I'm a badass." Wait, probably shouldn't say that. Your name is not Vanessa. I mean, you are badass, but your name is not Vanessa. That's me. Judy says, organize some of my upcoming projects better. Oh, that's so good. Good job. There's still too many of them, but they're nicely organized now, at least. That's what we look for. That's what we look for. Alicia got a few diamonds on her little diamond. What are they called? I can never remember. Like the little diamond painting. That's what I think they're called. Diamond paintings. So very good. Great job. Great job. Daniela says, I need someone to yell at me to get into the shower. Will that be you? Daniela, get into the shower. I can smell you all the way over here in Atlanta. I can't really. But get in the shower. So I'm going to again show this patch that my friend got me that says, I'm not bossy, I'm just aggressively helpful. I'm aggressively helpful. Get in the damn shower. All right, there you go. All right. Ariel says yuck, and I'm assuming that's the about the hot dogs. Diamond art. Thank you, Alicia. And Judy's laughing at me because I'm ridiculous. Ariel had some food, made some tea, and now getting ready to crimp some hair. I like it. I'm going to assume this is on a wig and not on your head. Daniela says, thanks, just what the doctor ordered. My bill is in the mail. I'll send you a Venmo request. All right. Whew. Okay, so I'm going to continue with the chat, like writing out the little intro for the thing. Then after that, I'm going to shift over, I think, to Dragon Con some stuff. Ooh, and Mindy just sent me the recipe for the bread. So I'm going to get caught up in that. I'm going to check the recipe for the bread. Then I'm going to finish doing my intro. And then, assuming I have time, I am going to work on Dragon Con stuff. But before that, I'm going to go turn off the hall light because my husband came over to fix the door of the bedroom because you have to lift it up to get it to close because trees keep falling on my house and my house is no longer level and it was never very level to begin with. But he left the hall light on because he doesn't understand how to turn off anything. So Ariel's like, yes, I'm crimping a wig. Let's see. James says, I miss hair. You do not. You do not. Don't lie. Don't lie, James. You do not miss hair. You and I both know that. Hattie says, lol at the bread. Heading to Caliverse. You got this. You got this, Hattie. Get you some good words. I mean, just get words. They don't have to be good. You can make them good later. Get some words. Good job, good job. All right. We got another 20 minutes on the clock. Let's do it. Here we go. right, it snuck up on me, y'all. Snuck up on me. How'd everybody do? So I got all the stuff for my course set up as far as I can tell. Teams seems pretty easy to work out. So yeah. So now I was just starting to shift back over to the Dragon Con stuff, but I didn't actually get into it. So I will be getting into it next. So how did everyone do? Let me see. All right. James says, I managed 22 loads of laundry all by myself, and the washer and dryer are still working. That is a lot of fucking laundry. Like, that's a lot of laundry, James. I mean, you didn't mean all, like, at once. You mean, like, over months? Like, I feel like, yeah. Daniela says, finally clean. Yay! You smell so much better, girl. You could probably smell me from Atlanta, to be honest. I mean, I've had those days. Not gonna lie. Alicia said, kids got ready to go in the pool, and then it started thundering, so no go in the pool. Cooking has started. And Alicia got one color of the diamond art complete. Good job. Good job. Yeah, the good thing about Florida, though, Alicia, is that, like, you'll have thunder and a little rain, and then it'll pass, and it'll be done. Anita got some editing done. Yes. James, like, see? No biggie. Yeah, that is a lot of laundry, right? That's insane. That's a lot of fucking laundry. Oof, no. I'm lucky I can get 2 loads done in a day. I don't mind the doing of the laundry. I hate the folding of the laundry and the putting. And actually, I don't even mind the folding of the laundry. I hate the putting it away part. So, James says, no, I mean in the last week and a half, my wife got way behind on the laundry and then got sick. Well, you know, you do have 2 arms and 2 legs. So, yeah, you should also be doing laundry is what I'm saying. So, how's your wife doing? Is she feeling better? Hattie says, got about 200 words into the Caliverse so far today. Yes. Good job. Good job. Alicia says, I don't know. It has already rained once today and about to do it again, right? Wait, weather patterns are fucked. They're just fucked. They're just not normal anymore. It's pretty awful. So, all right. But you know what? We do get a little breaky break. So, if you need something to eat, something to drink, you need to use a restroom, now's a perfect time to do that. At the very least, if you've been with me this whole time and sitting, or even sitting part of the time, get up, move around a little bit, stretch your legs, stretch your bod. I promise it'll make you feel better in the long run. Yes, and if you have not as yet taken your meds, and you should have taken your meds by now, take your damn meds. I've still got my afternoon vitamins to take, but I did take all of mine yesterday, so I did good on that. Let's see. Ariel says, still crimping hair. This wig is 30 inches long. It's like a Cher wig. Is it Cher? Are you crimping Cher's hair? 30 inches long, so I'm going to be doing this for a while. For real, for real. James says, yes, but I was not previously allowed to touch her washer and dryer because I kill them. All right, that's valid. I am the dishmaster. I could use a dishmaster in my house. I'm not good at that. Neither is my husband. She is getting better slowly but surely. Glad to hear that. Please send her our best wishes for a speedy and effective recovery. So, oh no, ads! That's okay, we're going on break. Alright, so, I'm going to put 5 minutes on the red clock, and we're going to be right back, y'all. Okay, I hope y'all were grooving along with me, getting the blood going, right? Oh, Ariel got cut off right as I was reading her message. Dang, okay, so what I was asking is, because it's 30 inches long, are you crimping Cher's hair? Because it feels like that's a Cher wig. I love it. I love it. James says, you see, much to my discontent and confusion, a hamper is not, in fact, a unit of measure, though it should be. Your devices should come with a letter that corresponds to a hamperette. A hamper letter that you can then match, and then it is a unit of measure. Or you can just know that when the washing machine is about 2/3 full, that's all you want to put in there. You don't want to put more in. You don't need a unit of measure. Just fill the washing machine up about 2/3 of the way with clothes, and that's it. That's it. You don't need a measure. But washers and dryers are in one unit, and hampers are in another. Yes, because there are multiple sizes of hampers. James, you're not making any sense, my friend. I mean, I love ya, but you're being dumb right now. You're really being a boy. You're really being dumb. All right, that is the red timer. Our little break is over. I mean, I love you, James. But Ariel says, I think that's the style actually, Cher. Lol, but I'm using this for an anime character. I mean, many anime characters have Cher hair, if we're being honest. James says, I don't have depth perception. I don't know what 2/3 looks like. Then you get your wife to fill it, and then you get out a measuring tape, or you get a Sharpie and you mark the inside. I don't know. If you guys have a front load, it's a little more complicated. Top load was easier, but you don't. The point is, you don't want to cram it full, because if you cram it full, then there's no room for the water and the soap and stuff to get in, and just leave a little room. That's it. That's it. That's it. Let's see. Judy says, I should actually eat a food. Yes, Judy, you should eat a food. You are welcome to eat more than one food, but you should at least eat a food, and it should be a good food. Go eat, Judy. Go eat. You're little enough. I don't need you to in on yourself and then you're gone. All right, Alicia says, my brain hurts. I don't want to think about the measurements of washers and dryers and hampers. I know, right? He's making it so much harder than it needs to be. Sophia is almost done reading her novel. Dang, girl. go. I still have it open in a tab. I haven't gone to it because I'm trying to actually get stuff done, but it's there waiting for me, so I get to go check it out. So yeah. So I finished reading King Sorrow, which was good. And I'm currently trying to finish. Did it go back yet? I'm not sure if it went back. It did not go back yet. I've got one more. I've got to like midnight or whatever, and I've got a darker shade of magic, and I've read 76%. That just seems to be my luck, right? It just seems to be my luck that I get very close to being done with a book and then it goes back to Libby. I'm clearly not reading fast enough. But I've already got a hold on, like, I already put a hold on it. But it's got like an 8-week wait. Even though I'm supposed to be first in line, I'm eighth in line. Anyway. Okay, I guess I'm not supposed to be first in line. Alright. Let me put that aside. Shall we get back into it, y'all? I'm actually going to be working on DragonCon stuff, and what I'm doing is I'm assigning some guests to some panels and things like that. James says, I have learned this washer. I am allowed to fill it to the second to the top fin thingy on the agitator, and it doesn't give me the finger, so we are friends now. Good. Good. You do not overstuff a washing machine. Alicia says, I need to get caught up with the darker shade of magic. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking the book. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. But yeah. So it's weird, but I like weird. So that all works out. All right, let's get back into it, y'all. I've got 20 minutes on the clock again. Here we go. Alright, y'all. That's the end of that sprint. I'm working on Dragon Con stuff. I'm starting to feel a little overwhelmed. The way they make us do this doesn't work very well with my brain. So, because like I have a very set way of putting together a track, but because Dragon Con is so big, there's like a ton of moving parts, like multiple hundreds of moving parts at any given time. And so so obviously it has to be done a little different. I haven't found the sweet spot of making it work well with my brain, right? So yeah. All right. Sophia says, I love a plot twist that has been building over several books, but you still didn't see it coming. I love that. Like, I always want to try to, like, figure it out before it becomes very clear in the book. But also, I love it when I can't. Like, I'm so much more impressed with the author if I can't figure it out. You know what I mean? So, yes, I love that. I love a plot twist. Daniela says, I posted on TikTok a little montage of me singing to the same song at 2 different concerts. Oh, yay. I'm sure that will come up. Oh, well, did you also post it, like, on YouTube or whatever? Because I'm not on TikTok. So, I mean, I have an account on TikTok, but I don't actually post on TikTok. I'm much more YouTube and Threads. That's where I tend to hang out. So, not on YouTube yet, but maybe in the future. Well, if you do, I am sure it will come up in my algorithm, because your stuff comes up a lot. I very much enjoy it. So, yeah. Because I always interact with it whenever I see your stuff. I always love it when I see someone I know come up in my, like when I'm scrolling through the shorts or whatever. I always love it when somebody I know comes up. I'm like, oh, I know them. So Anita got in some editing. Lars's dead grandmother showed up in a dream and tossed a vague, dire warning at him. Man, vague and dire together is annoying as fuck. I mean, from a recipient point of view. Because it's just like, if it's going to be vague, I don't want it to be dire. If it's going to be dire, I really don't want it to be vague. She was vague ghosting. So, yeah. Yeah, well, good job, Anita. Good job. Anita said, that's the point. Granny is annoying. Well, then you nailed it right on the head, Anita. Good job. That's hilarious. So, y'all, I had to cancel my conversation in a cocktail show this month because of this course. Because I decided we're still doing late night news tomorrow night. Sorry, Monday night. And I only agreed to that because it's the first day of the classes, so it can't be that bad the first day, right? But I'm refraining from scheduling anything at all during this. As it is, I've got a Dragon Con directors meeting right smack dab in the middle of it, and a concert a week from Monday, a week from tomorrow. I mean, a week and 2 days from now. Because my husband's birthday is July 15th, and I got him tickets to Paul Simon. Not my thing. Woo!
Fakerot just raided with 21 viewers.
Woo!
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome in! Welcome in, Raiders! Is it the Karot? Like, Garot with a K? Or is it like a fancy way of saying, root vegetable? So, carrot. Got it. Welcome in, new friends! Hello, hello, hello. We're on a little chitty chat break right now. So, the carrot. I love it. I love it. Welcome in. How was your stream? How did things go? What did y'all work on? Oh.
Mothman92 just followed. Yay.
I've never been followed by Mothman before, y'all. yes!
Authenticator just followed. Yay.
I'm so excited. I think we did meet during Oh How, but like it would have been last year, I think. So, so welcome in. Thank you for joining. Oh, look at all the follows.
Carla Nightwing just followed. Yay.
Love y'all. Love y'all. The Carrot says we were writing and editing up a storm. Lots of beta reader feedback to get through.
Ilian_Galeen just followed. Yay.
All the following. Thanks, everybody. It sounds like you had a super productive stream. That's fabulous. Yay. We've been going for about 2 hours now. We got about another hour and 15 minutes left, I think. My name is Vanessa Junta. I am an author. I write primarily urban fantasy with horrific elements. When you're talking about my novels, when you talk about my short stories, it's very much about horror and feminine rage. That is my era. So I'm also a professional editor. I've been in the publishing industry since 2008. I also run the Writers Troupe. If you're on the Twitch side, which obviously all y'all are from the raid, that is the name of the channel. The Writers Troupe is a writerly education and support group here on Twitch, also on Facebook, Discord, and YouTube. I am simultaneously streaming to YouTube. So YouTube folks, say hello. So there's lots and lots of comments. Hattie over on YouTube says, this West Virginian approves of the Mothman. I love it. I love it. Yes, feminine rage. The Carrot's current fantasy novel is filled with it. I wrote this big-ass short fiction about... it's very allegorical to what is happening in the United States right now. And I did the thing that we're all waiting for. So it made me happy. Authenticata. So, feminine rage. I have a poem you would probably enjoy. I believe that's true. If it is filled with feminine rage, I would be all over it. Cryptids, yes. Hattie said West Virginia girl. I understood you meant West Virginian, so I did get that. Ilian Galeen said I'm getting back, I'm assuming from getting my IV and working on my Telltale-like pixel art horror book based on my hospital nightmare. Okay, that's cool. I assume Telltale Heart-like? Is that what you mean? Like the Poe story? That sounds excellent. We do love some horror. We do love some horror up in here. I'm not gonna lie. The Carrot says, honestly, I'm waiting for Sarai Walker's next book to come out this month. I need her feminine rage back in my life. I've been aching for more of her books since The Cherry Robbers. Okay, I haven't read any of that, so let me add that to my... I've got several tabs open because we've been talking about different authors in the stream, and my TBR isn't clearly not long enough. James over on YouTube says, hello to all the new Twitch folks. Oh, the Telltale games. Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry about that. I totally misunderstood. What else? If you're interested in learning more about the Writers Troupe, let me put, hang on. I'm going to put it in both the YouTube and the Twitches. So the first one is the Facebook link, and the second one is the Discord link. Please feel free to check those out if you're interested. We do writing sprints all different times of day, almost every day of the week, although July is going to be super weird because I'm not doing most of my sprints, my usual sprints, because of commitments. And we have a writerly discussion on Sunday evening on Zoom about a topic that folks in the Facebook group vote on during the week. So it could be craft, it could be brainstorming, it could be about marketing, it could be about publishing, it can be whatever. So so talking about, wait, let me scroll back a little bit. Talking about the Telltale games, Ilian says, and it's a pixel art game, not book, Freudian slip. But it's going to be a book, close to a book, right? The Carrot says, oh yes, Cherry Robbers is a phenomenal feminine rage, gothic, psychological horror, historical fiction smash-up. and it lives in my head rent-free. I love every single one of those words you used. Every one of them. Every one of them. So I have now another search tab open with that book in it. And that will probably get on my Libby's hold list faster than probably others. All right. So I feel like we were supposed to take a break, y'all, because it's like 2 o'clock and that's usually our break time, although I did start relatively late. Has anybody, I mean, I didn't start late. I mean, we talked a lot at the beginning. Because this is a makeup stream. Usually I stream on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And this week was supposed to be a normal week, except I had to take my mom to a medical thing on Thursday right at noon. So this is the makeup, especially since I'm not going to be doing any regular sprints for the next month. So the next 4 weeks. So I felt real bad having to miss Thursday. So this is a makeup sprint. So we may or may not finish at 3. We may keep going. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, they're switching my IV from antibiotics to painkillers. Wow. Okay, so that's good if they're taking you off the antibiotics then, I guess, right? Because that means the infection has been handled. I mean, that's a step in the right direction, I hope. The carrot says, I need to find some water, but I shall be lurking for the moment. Your lurk is noted. You may actually use the lurk command if you want to do the exclamation point lurk. I have a lurk command. Let's see. Authenticata. Can I call you Kata? Or is it Kata? Let me know. Can I share the carrot? You'd probably, I keep wanting to say karat. The carrot, you probably like it. I feel like I missed something. Let me scroll back. I feel like I missed something. Oop. Kata. Okay, cool. I love that name, by the way. Did I miss something about... Oh, the poem. The poem. Absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely welcome to share. If it's a link, links are okay in my Twitch. You're allowed to post a link. Ilian says, I'm joining from my hospital bed post-surgery. Well, I am glad that you are able to join, and I'm sending you all the good vibes for an easy recovery. So, them taking you off the antibiotics and just leaving you on the pain meds, that's excellent news. Glad to hear it. All right. Kata posted... Whoops. I think this is the poem. Okay. Aqua Tofana. And I'm not sure because it's not, it's not formatted. I'm hoping that I get the things correct. So I'm going to read this. Aqua Tofana. She said she don't wanna. Run for your cigarettes before she sends you for milk. Aqua Tofana, Lady Belladonna. Pray she don't find you or you'll choke on her silk. Aqua Tofana, she prays for manana. Why should she nourish men of your ilk? Aqua Tofana, much better than a Borgia. Much better a Borgia than a slave with a boot on the grace of her neck. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Nice job, Kata. James over on YouTube says, see, it is good. I have my V picture. I would totally be totally screwed. Okay, good. I was hoping that wasn't a short, like a something that I didn't recognize, you know? I'm like, what does that mean? Don't know rights? I mean, that would work. But that was a typo. It's good I have my V picture. So for those who don't know, I mentioned it earlier. James has printed out a picture of my face to remind him to take his meds every day. And he's hung it up in his office cubicle. So, yeah. Apparently I will be joining James at work every day to yell at him about taking his damn meds. Kata says, I was angry that day. I'm angry every day. So I'm with you. I'm with you, my new friend. Ilian says, point of view is a mom with an angsty teen boy who needs to survive some mysterious catastrophe wrecking the USA. Has backrooms and SCP Foundation Last of Us vibe. Okay, that's a good pitch. I like it. I like it. Kata's like, team, take your meds. Yes, take your fucking meds. I'm not your mom, you ain't gotta listen to me, but take your fucking meds. Alright, I'm also a bit of a potty mouth, so if swearing offends you, I apologize in advance. I've gotta turn my... Oh my gosh, these glasses. It is very warm in here, y'all. Let me turn the... Is that already on? I can't tell. So in my... If you suffer from issues where your air conditioning doesn't work very well, or it doesn't cool your room very well, I have discovered there's this kind of vent cover that you can buy that is basically a fan, and it sucks the cold air out of the vents and it has helped so much with my very warm office because I have a very hot computer, and but I'm not sure if it's on. My feet are a little cold, so I think it might be on. Anyway, I'll check later. Kata is a kinky mad poet. I live here now. You are welcome. You are welcome to live here with us. I'm not so much of a poet, but the rest of the stuff I can get behind. So, all right, but let's get back into it. Let's get some work done, y'all. I'm going to have to go off camera just for a couple minutes here at the beginning because I need to pee, and we didn't take a break, so there it is. And then I'm going to get back to working on my Dragon Con stuff. So, if you haven't let us know in the chat what you're working on and you came in with that amazing raid, y'all are amazing, then feel free to let us know in the chat what you're working on, and we will cheer you on as we go along. All right. Also, if you're new here, I don't typically play music, although people on Twitch can purchase music via the plot bunnies that you accumulate while being in the channel. Y'all don't forget to feed Pixie. James says, it works! It is the only thing that fucking works! I've tried alarms, and I just tell Sharona, who is his computer, to shut her stupid chips. But you won't tell me to shut my stupid chips, will you, James? No, you will not! Take your damn meds. Alright, let's get into it. I got 20 minutes on the clock. Like I said, I'll be off camera for the first couple minutes, but then I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. right, y'all. Come on back. How'd you do? I'm doing a lot of different things. I got a little bit done on the DragonCon scheduling, and I talked to my husband about stuff, and I was just getting ready to pop over to the Discord to take care of the spammers and try to figure out how, like, what kind of changes I can make. So, yeah. I think it might just probably be easiest to change the invite, because my guess is that the invite is getting passed around. So I'm probably just going to change the invite as well. Anita took a break and watched some videos. Excellent. Excellent. How did everybody else do? Yeah, so I was talking to my hubby because we're talking about the situation in the bedroom, about the water and all that kind of stuff. And when I went in there to use the bathroom, it was 85 degrees, and it's because he had the air conditioner shifted over to the dehumidifier, and when you do that, I guess you take the heat exhaust out so that the heat goes back into the room and lowers the relative humidity, and then the dehumidifier, anyway, I don't know. Anyway, it was hot, so I turned it back on to AC. So yeah. Rose, welcome in, Rose. Glad you could join us. Huzzah. Rose says they've been bad everywhere. Spammers. We keep having spammers in the Oh How Discord too. Yeah. Yep. We have been discovered by the spammers. I wonder if I can limit link posting for the first week or so. See how that works out. Anyway, I will have a look and see what I can do during this next sprint. I feel like we should have had a break, but I didn't do one, and so, yeah. We're going to do 2 more sprints. But we will give a little pause here. If you need to take a break, go take a break. Get something to eat, something to drink. Excuse me. Use the restroom. This is your final reminder. If you haven't taken your meds today, take your damn meds. Get that stuff taken care of so you live a long and healthy life. Yeah, I'm just going to sit here and we'll chit chat for a few minutes. What else do I have going on? Yeah, not much. I'm going to see about, like, depending on how this class goes, if it really is as exhausting as everybody keeps saying, then I probably won't do very much in the way of sprinting on the weekends or the evenings. But if it seems like it's, like, after the first week, if it seems like it's not as overwhelming as people have said it's going to be, then I will probably arrange to do sprints at least once a week, either on the weekend or in the evening. Woo! Rose is feeding Pixie! Yay! Thank you, Rose. I know, Pixie looked so sad. So, but she is happier now. It's always like, it feels like, oh, I want to breed her to, like, see if we can get better colors, but, like, it took us so long to get to this less awful look that it's almost, like, frightening to try to breed her again. Yeah, she needed steak. I know. It is, you know. I know, her heart eyes. I think those are adorable. I agree. Oh, my multi-stream. Let me pop back over to... No, okay, I don't think anybody's saying anything on YouTube. You people on YouTube, are you still out there? It's still, because, you know, sometimes we lose YouTube. You know, it just randomly disconnects or whatever. Oh, I'm getting hungry. I just ate. Why am I hungry? I don't know. I do have some edamame snackies. And these are actually really good. I quite enjoy them. So I will snack a little bit. All right. Hattie. Hattie's back. Hi, Hattie. Well, I mean, Hattie didn't leave. Hattie was here the whole time. But Hattie and James are both checking in to let me know that YouTube is still up. So, huzzah! What else? Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing, y'all. I got nothing. I feel like there's something I should be telling you, but I keep forgetting. I don't know. I got nothing. All right. Shall we get into another sprint then, since I got nothing? We'll probably do 2 more sprints before we wrap it up. Oh. So, we're going to end it strong. Are we ready? 20 minutes. Let's go. How'd you do? I tackled some Dragon Con stuff. I'm probably going to put that away for now. So we have a deadline, I think 2 weeks from tomorrow, where the final deadline for the schedule. So it looks like I'm probably going to have to substitute out one of my panel ideas. Did not have a whole lot of interest from the guests that I have access to directly. So I'm probably going to switch that out for something. I might do one on short stories specifically. I have one for Flash, but we've got Neil Clark as one of the guests this year, and so yeah, I want to use him. I think, yeah, he's the publisher of Clark's World, which is a science fiction fantasy magazine, and it's been it's been around forever. So he would be a good one to have on that. So I may be switching that out. Yes, there will be a smut panel this year, Ariel. Of course. I think if I got rid of the smut panel, people would have real big problems. But I'm trying to like rotate out authors, right? To make sure that we have every year it's a little different. Anita switched to art and worked on another sci-fi design. That's cool. That's awesome. Daniela realized she didn't eat all the snacks she took with her on the trip, so found a muffin. Score! Surprise snacks! Surprise snacks! Make sure you thank past Daniela for leaving that for you. So, because you know, my thinking is I swear an awful lot at past Vanessa, so I always have to be nice when past Vanessa does something good for me. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, I have been nibbling on the buffalo flavored edamame snack. These are actually really tasty. They're high in protein and high in fiber, so they're good for me, and they're crunchy. So I've got that flavor, and then I've got regular sea salt flavor, and then I've got, where's the other one? Oh, here it is. And then a sriracha flavor. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to switch to the sriracha. Yeah, this is the Only Bean company. And they're pretty tasty. I kind of like them. Sometimes with edamame, when they've been like dried or whatever, however they dry roasted or whatever they're done, they sometimes get this weird, like, it's like they give me a waxy feeling in my mouth, and these have not done that. So, so yeah, so they're pretty good. Let's see. Alicia finished, finished her food. The potato salad, the store brand was a little off, or I bought the wrong one. Ew. And finished 2 more colors for diamond art, waiting for Racer to finish eating to continue racing. Excellent. So what is your diamond art? What is the picture? Ariel's going to try to make it to the smut panel this year. Excellent. Rose said, did someone say smut panel? Guess who is moderating the smut panel, as a matter of fact. Rose says, I didn't remember I turned down my audio during the sprint. Whoops. I don't know why you turned down your audio. It's not like I play anything. Kata's groceries arrived! Huzzah! Yay food! Yay food! Kata's like, smut? You called? Yes, at Dragon Con, every year we have a smut panel at night. So, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Hattie finished her chapter! Yes! Good job! Good job! Oh, you can give me a third one! Good job, Hattie! I'm so proud for you. Y'all, Hattie was struggling real bad with writer's block. So the fact that she finished the chapter is amazing. I love it. Good job. Oh, Rose says because it was loud on other websites. Well, that's not my fault. Let's see. Alicia says, this is a mini dazzle. Sea creatures currently doing a starfish. Very nice. I like it. Kata says, working on a contemporary romance. The smut is the easy part. For some people, the smut is the hard part. For real, for real. Because smut is not generally easy to write unless you've read a lot of it. Because anything that you've read a lot of, that you've consumed a lot of, is going to be easier to write than stuff that you haven't. Like, for instance, I can write a horror scene without any problem. Like, full emotions of the horror scene, all the things. Like, it is the easiest sort of scene for me to write. But you asked me to describe a fucking room? No. I don't want to do that. So, yeah. I think a lot has, I mean, so much, like, you learn how to write a particular type of genre, a particular type of scene, sort of by osmosis if you consume a lot of it. So, I'm a firm believer in that, because, like I said, I can write a horror scene, like, I don't even have to watch. I mean, of course, I do have to watch, but you know what I mean. I'm being a little figurative there. Kata says, I've harnessed the ADHD powers and have been reading nearly only romance since January. I'm up to about 80 books so far. Woo, that's some good reading. So, over on YouTube, Alicia, and her name is Books and Things with Alicia, and Kelly, who is on Cursed Dragon Ship, they have 100 Pages Book Club that we vote on. Speaking of which, are we voting, Alicia? Is it vote time for the next book after Crooked Kingdom? So yeah, so where we vote and then we read together. So feel free to check Alicia's channel out, and or Cursed Dragon Ship. Is that right? Yeah. Rose is like, that's a lot of books. That is a lot of books. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love books. And you know, like this year, I don't even know how many I've read yet this year. This year, I hadn't been reading for pleasure in a really long time. So this year I gave myself a goal to read more books. And my minimum is, my minimum was 15 for the year. And I hit 15. I think that's exactly how many I got. For this year, I've read 15 books so far. Yeah, I'm looking at my Storygraph stats right now. So, half of them were under 300 pages. 42% of them were between 300 and 499. And 8% of them were 500 pages or longer. That would be King Sorrow. Like, that's probably the only one that was over 500 pages. And the under 300 pages are because I've been reading the Murderbot books, and those are significantly shorter. Yeah, but I've got several books that I'm in the process of reading, both fiction and nonfiction. So I'm very happy that I've been reading more. Rose has to wander off to start making some mac and cheese for dinner in a couple hours. Thank you for stopping in, Rose. You're awesome. Have a great holiday. I hope you enjoy your time with your family. And I don't know, maybe we'll see you tomorrow night for the discussion. I'm just saying. Kata says to Rose, I'm disabled and can't work in a traditional way, so I have time. And audiobooks. Have time, audiobooks, we'll read. All right. Kata says the trope/weird details are amusing. It's true. Rose says, I think I've read 20. Some were for editing clients. I never count those. A lot were reading to beg for blurbs from authors. Some were novellas, but it's more than I've read in a long time. And that's the whole thing. Like, especially when you're editing professionally, yeah, it's hard to read. I've never counted my editing work as my reading list, if that makes sense, because I don't read those for pleasure. You know, my reading, and it's not that I can't learn stuff or whatever. I can't read like craft books or, you know, nonfiction that is about, you know, fixing things or whatever. It's not that I can't do that, and those count, but there's a difference between reading it for yourself and reading it for someone else. And I only count the books that I'm reading for myself, if that makes sense. Let's see. Rose says, I've read my book like 6 times for edits. Does that count? No. No, it does not. I mean, you can count it. I'm not your mom. You ain't got to listen to me, but no. Kata says, apparently grilled cheese sandwiches are the food of love. Oh, yeah, that's definitely true. Hadley shirts are male lingerie. Yes, and gray sweatpants. And heroes are named Aiden. Well, I feel like heroes can be named almost anything. But definitely gray gym shorts. Rose says Sunday night is such a hard time for me to work out. Lol, I have to test stream at some point this week too. Come on. Okay, anyway, you know I'm just giving you shit. I'm just giving you shit. If you can show up, we are always happy to have you. If you cannot, that is perfectly fine. Live your life, babe. Live your life. All right. But let's get into this last sprint. Final 20 minutes of the stream. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. We will do this sprint, and then I will probably go see if I can find somebody to raid. It'll depend on who's streaming, how many people are streaming or whatever, whether I want to raid. Bye, Rose. Bye. Love your face. All right. See you later. So, yeah. So, I will probably raid. I don't know. We'll see who's doing what. Alicia says, I had to check on the kid. One of them fell in the pool when trying to scooter around it. They should not be scootering around the pool. That's exactly why they should not be doing that. He is fine and safe. Thank goodness. Jesus. None of that. None of that. You know, do that. And hopefully, like, he kind of learned his lesson a little. That's he's got to be more careful. I mean, that can be awful. So, all right. Shall we get into it, y'all? Final sprint of the stream. Here we go. 20 minutes on the clock. All right, y'all. That's it. End of the sprints. Valerie, welcome in. You're continuing your well-respected tradition of coming in at the end of the stream. I know. Saturday's a surprise, but you know, it is what it is, right? All right, y'all. Let me know how you did. I didn't really do very much. I mean, I went to look for somebody to raid on Twitch, and there are some people, some people streaming and stuff. Not a ton of people I know who are actually streaming writing. There's a few, and there's a new one that I found. I didn't find it. I actually was in Somnio Games' thing because I was thinking about raiding them, but they just raided this other person who seems to be a brand new streamer. They've got 6 followers, and he's just working on his book. So I thought maybe we would pop in there and also raid him. Okay. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I got distracted by something. So, anyway. So I think maybe we'll do that. Meet a new friend. Valerie said, I did have to take my mom to the airport, so... Alright, I guess. I guess that's important. Alright, Anita touched up some of her watercolor sketches and watched some videos. Very nice, very nice. Daniela was reading about drama in the celiac disease Facebook group. You know, that drama that doesn't involve you is the best drama. Alicia is going to sit down with her pup. I say pup, her young boy, to have a serious conversation about why they make the rules they make. Because it is, so if those of you who weren't paying attention to the chat, her son fell in the pool when he was riding his scooter around it when he wasn't supposed to. So yeah, definitely deserves a very serious conversation. So good job, mama. Daniela says, thanks for the sprints. Hope to see your face sometime in July. Me too. I hope you can see my face sometime in July. I'll try to pop into your sprints and stuff occasionally. Let's see. Alicia says, no worries. They're playing Mario Kart now, and Alicia's almost done with her diamond art. Look at that. Almost completely done. Good job. Good job. Thank you for sprints. You're welcome for sprints. There's Molly. Molly disappeared for a minute. Molly says, thank you for letting me celebrate Spite the Orange Menace Day with you. Thank you for joining us, Molly. There's actually somebody on Twitch right now that I ran across while I was looking for somebody to raid. And they're reading historical accounts of people in our founding father and throughout our early history. So like when I was looking at them, they were reading from Frederick Douglass. And for those who don't know, he was a black free man. And he wrote a lot about slavery back in the 1800s. So I thought that was really interesting, but that's really interesting for nerds like me who get off on history and stuff. Alicia says, you can always join me for sprints. I'll be in my class. I'll be in my class. That's the whole thing. I'm not going to be available from, I'm going to miss Morning Pirates all month, the whole rest of the month. Yeah. So it's going to come down to whether I have the energy to do any streams. And I'm going to make that assessment in the first week or 10 days. And if I feel like it, I might be able to do some evening sprinting or weekend sprinting, something like that. It's just going to depend on how much energy this class actually takes. Let's see. Valerie says his July 4th speech is amazing. I'm pretty sure that's what he was reading from. I'm pretty sure it was the July 4th speech. Hattie says, started my next pre-chapter. Those usually come pretty easily and are only 2 pages, but planning to take a writing break and do some pleasure reading. Can't remember the last time I did. Good. You should look around on YouTube for people who are... As a matter of fact, if Alicia is not too busy, maybe she'll post some folks who are doing reading and writing sprints. So, I will miss y'all in Morning Time Pirates too. For those who don't know, Alicia and Kelly do Morning Time Pirates every weekday morning from about 9 o'clock Eastern Time till about 11:30, between 11:30 and 12 Eastern Time. And that's how I start almost every morning, unless I'm, off running around Atlanta. So, Valerie says, I am putting together a class too, but it's just a 1-hour lecture. What is the class on? I'm nosy about shit like that. Yeah, I'm nosy. I want to know the things. Okay, so while I'm waiting on my answers, I'm going to go over the events of the coming week as I know them, and as I've already mentioned, it's going to be a little sparse. However, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. in the Discord, we have the Sunday morning write-in. So that will be at 10 a.m. and these are all going to be Eastern Time. So 10 until 12 tomorrow morning. Then at 7 p.m. we have our usual Zoom chat, our TWT Zoom chat, where we discuss a topic or topics that has been, a topic that has been voted on over the course of the week. So if you are in the Facebook group and you have not as yet voted on the topic, go into the events section, find the Sunday event, go inside there. There will be a post that says vote here, and that is where you vote. It'll list all the suggested topics. You are absolutely welcome to suggest new topics. Our topic list is getting a little short, but please make sure you use use the formatting that I put in that post, because when I check for new topics, I just skim for the new topic tag, and if it's not there, I may not catch the new topic until I actually tally the votes. Anyway, speaking of tallying the votes, I will do that at 5:30 tomorrow, around 5:30 tomorrow evening, Eastern Time again, and I will post what the topic is, and then we will discuss that at 7 p.m. That meeting goes from 7 till about 8:30. On Monday, we have no sprints during the day, but Monday evening, 9 p.m., we have the Go Indie Now Late Night News. I co-anchor with Mr. Joe Compton. You can find Go Indie Now on YouTube. I mean, we're also on Facebook and Twitch, but YouTube is our main place. Just do a search for Go Indie, I-N-D-I-E, Go Indie Now, and you'll find it. There's a whole bunch of different shows, so if you're into gaming, if you're into music, if you're into wrestling, if you're into writing, if you're into reading, particularly all with an indie, through an indie lens, that is what Go Indie Now is about. So we do late night news on Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where we go over some stories that are of interest to the indie creator community. All right, so that will be Monday night. Tuesday, I don't know if Amelia's doing sprints. She has not let me know whether she is or not. So, I don't know. Nothing on Wednesday. Nothing on Thursday, unless Amelia's doing hers. Nothing on Friday. Saturday, 10 a.m., we have Saturday Discord sprints with Dalen on Discord. And that's it for this week. I told you it was sparse. I don't know what to tell you. But I will say that that Alicia is posting in YouTube her morning sprints tomorrow, and Time Pirates on Monday. Those are there. Let's see. Let me scroll back. Scroll back, scroll back. Alicia's like, what did I do? You didn't do anything. I was just saying you might post shit you might post links for places people can go after this on YouTube. Let's see. Hattie says, I've been meaning to reread the Mercedes, isn't it Mercy Thompson? So it's Mercy Thompson, right? Series by Patty Briggs. I'm super excited. I've got Patty all over my writer's track at DragonCon this year. So that's very exciting. Yay! Let's see, Valerie says about the class that she's putting together. It's called Drips, Dumps, and Dropping the Anvil, delivering information at the macro and micro level. Well, that is an excellent sounding class. Huzzah! I like it. Are you making this class for a specific event, or is it just to add to your portfolio? Molly says, I'm sorry you're going to be absent, Vanessa. You're really going to miss me. You're right, Molly. I always miss you when you're not around. I'm always on the verge of tears when you're not here. It's true. Ask anybody. Ask anybody. Thank you, Alicia. Alicia's going to post in the YouTube for places YouTube folks can go after this to continue the sprinting. Valerie says, going to do my best. And yeah, this is for the upcoming Writer's Digest University SFF event. That's awesome. Yeah, Hattie says Mercy is short for Mercedes. Yes. That's, I just never realized. I always heard Mercy Thompson. I never heard Mercedes Thompson. So that's why I was like, oh. Okay, so Chantel over on YouTube is sprinting gay shit. If y'all don't know, it's a reading challenge to read gay shit. Paula is sprinting for their book club, and that link is there, so thank you very much. All right, so I've got to pick somebody to go raid. Oh, where did my browser go? There it is. All right, so shall we try out this? Let me see if anybody has, anybody new has popped on that I know better. Let me see. Nope. All right, so shall we check out this new person? This new to me person. Let me open the correct window to do the raid because I'm awful at the typing because I always type it wrong. So, thank you as always for joining me. You guys are fabulous. And I'm going to miss you guys. I really am. I'm very sad that I'm going to miss you. Okay, let me find this person. Where is this person on here? Is that them? No, yes, that's them. Okay. So yeah, so I'm really going to miss y'all, but we'll see. We'll see if I can handle doing a sprint or two during the week once I figure out how much energy this is going to take from me. As always, thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out with us. I hope you got good work done, and if you didn't, I hope you enjoyed your time anyway. So, I'm going to go ahead and raid. We're going to set that up. YouTube folks, we're just going to be closing it down, but thank you for joining us as well. Hopefully we'll get to see everybody soon. Bye, guys.